Oh, I'm Stefan Huang from Taiwan. I'm professor of National Taipei University of Business in Taipei, Taiwan. Here I want to have a series of record of videos. Uh, this video for master program on law and negotiation for global trade is a master program of National Taipei University of Business. This course is lecturing rules and cases of United Nations Convention on Control of International Sale of Goods, abbreviation CISG. It's an EMI course, which means it's English medium instruction that also means taught and lectured in English. I am as a former legal practitioner. Yeah, 20 years ago I was a tax lawyer. For my teaching style, I would like to apply abstract legal rules to real case. So that's the reason I want to introduce interesting CISG cases, and it's called Clout cases. So I will record several important and key issues, key cases as a teacher material, which is applicable in my course and also applicable for international trades and transactions, sale of goods, I mean physical one. Okay, let me introduce myself. I am full-time professor since 18 years ago, but I really like my old time as a practitioner. So right now I do part-time job for my friends who has a legal firm, alternative law firm, which on the PPT, state on PPT, alternative law firm, as a contact of international business. So foreign clients will contact me and in legal issues and also legal services. At the same time, I also lecturing in university as full-time professor. And I also joined in International Lawyers Association, WILL, WILL, which means World Independent Lawyers League, function as a leader of tax law group. So I lead a group of tax lawyers in this International Lawyers Association. My expertise is mainly on international taxation, domestic taxation, family law, and commerce law. For academic, I am also a regular visiting scholar of German Heidelberg University and also Munich's Max Planck Institute. So right now is our case. That case is Cloud Case 123. The number Cloud Case 123 is a New Zealand Mussel case concerned with international traded good mussel, which is good for it. It's a seafood. So I personally take this case as the most important case for CISG because it defines the concept of fundamental breach and the seller's obligation in the context of international sale of goods, which has a far different character as domestic sale of goods. Okay, the story is, yeah, is a Swiss seller delivered New Zealand mussels containing a cadmium concentration exceeding the limit of 0.5 mg per kilogram. This level is a limit recommended by German health authority. So that's the reason the German buyer refused to pay for the price of the mussels. And the seller naturally shoot back. They want to claim back their purchase price plus 5% of interest. And the result of in the court is that the German appellate court, High Court, and also the Supreme Court rule against the buyer, which means the buyer have to pay the purchase price to the seller in full plus interest. And firstly, we need to know what is cadmium. Cadmium is a natural element and hazardous with high doses. Remember, high doses. Okay, cadmium could be found because it is a natural element you can find everywhere on the earth. It can be used in production of batteries, dry batteries, pigments, metal coatings, and plastic materials. And cadmium is also found in very low doses in foods. I mean, it's natural elements. The highest doses cadmium could be found in shellfish, liver, and kidney meals like pork kidney and cow livers. Inhalation of high doses of the cadmium could cause severe lung damage, and the prolonged exposure can lead to kidney failure, lung damage, and brittle bones. And also is a non-human carcinogen, which means it's probably cause the cancer. And what's the court opinion on this case exactly? We already know the result. And what is the reasoning? Yeah, there have several, I think it's very strong reasoning in this case. Firstly, the muscle cadmium level is proposed, recommended by the German authority. And is only a character of recommendation. It's not a required, and it's not an absolute healthy standard. So the limit is not binding. This cadmium limit is not binding. It's only recommended purposes. So the statutory cadmium limit is placed in only optimum situation of food items and was not a legally binding maximum limit, which means it's something like we can say on the food package, say this food is the best before when. So it doesn't mean that after that date the food is not edible, it's not consumable. It doesn't necessarily mean that. And also, of course, in this case, the court has ruled. In this case, the mussel is still eatable, so it can be eaten. Yeah, maybe it will be not healthy when you just eat it every day, consume it every day in high doses, like 10 kilos every day. And after a month, you will get yourself sick. They are right, but it's extremely high doses can cause such kind of problem. Therefore, in general, in this case, the court say the seller has no obligation to conform all public rules of any foreign country. So the seller's obligation only limits to the regulation in his own country. But there are three exceptions. The first exception that seller should know and comply the foreign regulations. The first one, there is a same regulation both in sellers and buyers country. Yeah, the first exception. The second exception, buyer has informed the seller in the contract. And third, the seller had knowledge or should have none due to special circumstances. So, what is the circumstances? Special circumstances, yeah, defined by the court itself right now. Here, uh, we can see another case. That case is Clout case number 418. Is mammography import. Yeah. So firstly, you can see on the PPT. Yeah, the mammography is an equipment, medical equipment, which used to examine the breast for the early detection of breast cancer. Yeah, female breast cancer. So it's a medical equipment and high radiation, which have a different character of nature from the muscle. Yeah, we have discussed in last case in the muscle. They have different natures. So the U.S. court has decided that the seller who delivered this mammography equipment shall comply with the U.S. safety standard. And the U.S. court noted this case as an exception recognized by the German court in the Mussel case. Therefore, the seller should not claim for the purchase price because it constitutes fundamental breach, because the seller should have known and complied the U.S. standard for mammography equipment. Okay, at last, we have to learn from this case. These two cases just like a mirror to each other. What we should learn from this case, these two cases, firstly, in general, the seller in the context of international tax law, international sale of goods, the seller shall only needs to comply his own country's rule. Yeah, everybody need to know his country rule. That is perfectly right. And with under these general rules, there are three exceptions. Firstly, the same rules applicable in both buyer and the seller. Yeah, two countries have the same rule. So you need to apply your own country's rule as well as the buyer's country's law. And then exception two, the seller is informed of such rule on the contract. The third, special circumstances that the seller should have known or should have known it. And for example, like the seller is itself industry expert or have a branch company in buyer's country. So this means that they know the rules well. So this is the first report of the video for CISG case. I will have another 2 and 3 cases also interesting and important in CISG practice. So see you next time. Thank you. Bye bye.